The model of cause and effect for manifestation states that in order to achieve the desired result, you must identify and create the cause for that result. However, sometimes the exact cause that is needed can be misunderstood, resulting in less than desirable results. In order to achieve our goals, there is often action required. But the action is not the primary cause. For instance, if you were to bake a cake, it would be imperative to put the ingredients together properly and place those ingredients in the oven to be cooked. That would be your action. But how was the action inspired? The actions themselves are an effect of another cause. They are the middleman between the true cause and effect. So what is the real cause? The real cause is the decision you made to create an effect. If you had the thought that you'd like to bake a cake, there's a time where your mind would begin to process that thought. In doing so, it would make the decision to let that thought go for one reason or another, or create the actions that manifest the effect. Oftentimes, this process happens so quickly that it's a subconscious decision that is made. We also make many conscious decisions each day. Whichever the case, it stands true that the thought itself holds little power until the mind decides to act on it, because each decision causes a series of actions to occur that create a manifestation. As humans, we are fortunate that our conscious decisions can override any subconscious decisions once the consciousness is aware that the subconscious mind makes choices by default. And by the mere fact that I just told you that, you're now aware of it. Understanding this simple distinction can be the difference between creating something that is wanted or going without it. To manifest something you want, the most crucial part of the process is to decide to create it. It's vital to understand that if you feel you have no control to create something you want, or you can't imagine how it could happen, all of those things can only line up after the decision is made. So you must bypass those types of thoughts and stand firm with a decision in order for the answers to those questions to even have the opportunity to present themselves to you. If you take the time to ponder, is this even possible? Or how can this even happen? Not only do you create a delay in the manifestation, you create evidence to support the fact that it might be difficult to have what you want. This type of pondering also sends a signal out into the universe that you aren't actually fully committed to the thing you desire. You can probably sense when someone is not committed to having something when you hear them say things like, "I hope this works out for me," or "Fingers crossed that this all goes the way I want it to." When you hear someone say things like this, you can probably sense within yourself that there's a chance the other person's desire won't come into fruition. It's the same way with the energy of the universe that surrounds you and them. When there's not a fully committed decision, you can sense that it's not actually there. These types of statements also work against you in your own mind. When your consciousness is divided about what you want, it can't commit all of its internal resources to giving you the energy and creativity necessary to bring that desire into manifestation. Think of it like this. If you gave your computer the task of trying to run a program for a little while to see if it works, but then deleted that task quickly when it took too long or seemed too difficult, your computer would follow through with those instructions. On the other hand, if you gave your computer the task of run this program now with no further instructions and just allowed it to work for you, it would also perform that task. One of these instructions gives little commitment, while the other is totally committed. And your subconscious mind and the universe also work with the same principles. When you've made a clear, committed decision, your mind connects to the universal energies around you that will open up the floodgates and bring you all of the energy, creativity, and resources you need, and often in mysterious and seemingly impossible ways. So if you want to manifest something intentionally for yourself, you must become decidedly clear about what you want and declare it out loud. Don't ask for what you want. Speak what you want into existence. Say out loud to the universe, "Here is my goal, make it so." If you were to plant a seed in the ground, you wouldn't say, "Here's a seed, can you please make it grow now?" You would plant the seed, do your part to nurture it, and trust that it will grow as a natural consequence of universal process. It's the same with your intentions. Simply plant them, do the inspired actions that are given to you from your mind and from the universe, and then watch the natural consequence of the manifestation process. Once you've done this, simply wait for the resources and synchronicities to present themselves to you. This will often happen in as little as 24 to 48 hours, and sometimes faster. These can result from your subconscious mind giving you flashes of insight, or inspiring a specific action that aligns you with your manifestation, or it might be that you just happen to notice something that has been there all along because your mind helps you focus on it and you can see how it connects with creating what you want. And it could be a person that shows up and offers some sort of assistance out of the blue. But almost always, it will be nearly impossible to explain all of the synchronicities and the resources that are a direct result of the decision you have declared. These are the signs that indicate you are manifesting this thing that you have decided to manifest. They are the indicators that your manifestation is in the works. Simply make your decision and your declaration, and then sit back and watch for the signs that present themselves and take any inspired action that comes to mind. When you go through this process, the universe itself becomes fully aware of your intention in an instant, and it will do its part to continue to help you manifest it. The more inviting you are of the synchronicities and resources as they come to you, the more easily they will flow. And once enough of these synchronicities and resources come to you, you will begin to see how they all fit together and how they are leading you down the path to fully creating the thing you've decided to manifest in your life. Try this process today and see what synchronicities show up for you in the next 24 hours.